What's up, my YouTube peoples? What's going on? Today I'm going to show y'all the specs of my latest computer build, my Ryzen 3600X computer build. I got a few videos talking about how to fix the boot up issues on this Ryzen build. Some of you guys had issues who have the same motherboard as I do, and so I came out with a video of showing how to fix the boot up issues. But this video here is just going to show you the specs of my latest Ryzen build. Alright, so let's get started. So the case itself is a fractal design. Let me show you out the front. So this is the front of the case. It's a fractal design. Pretty pretty basic and plain. I wasn't going for nothing really big, you know what I'm saying? Nothing fancy and flashy and stuff like that. I don't care about RGB. RGB really don't mean that much to me, so I just decided to go with this. Alright, so inside the machine, let me put on my flashlight here. Hold on, there we go. Okay, so inside the machine, let's start off with the CPU. The CPU is like I said, it's a Ryzen 3600X. That's this guy over here. See that? 3600X Ryzen. Okay, all right, so that's the CPU. Now the memory is a DDR4 memory. Let me show you that box here. Hold on. DDR4 what is that? 16 gigabytes times 2 sticks, so that's 32 gigabytes of 3200 DDR4 Vengeance LPX. All right, so that's those guys right there. All right, so that's the memory, 32 gigabytes of memory, DDR4. All right, so the SSD is a NVMe drive. It's an inland 1 terabyte NVMe, and that's that guy right there. All right, so that's like I said, that's an inland 1 terabyte SSD NVMe drive. Now you see a heatsink on it to match with the black and white theme that I'm going with this tower, going with this build. Like I said, you see the memory is white, and I decided to go with that on the heatsink white. Now that heatsink did not come with the NVMe drive. That was a separate purchase that I got off of I believe it was Amazon. Got it for like $25. A little bit expensive for a heatsink, but I just had to get it. It matched so perfectly with the theme. I mean, it just blends in perfectly, and it was really easy to install too. So yeah, so that's the hard drive. That's the SSD NVMe drive, inland. So this guy here, this is a GTX 970 graphics card. I'm gonna upgrade later on to the RX 5700 XT. I'm just waiting for more third-party graphic cards to come out, and once they come out, I'll decide which one I'm gonna get and purchase that. But for right now, I'm rocking a GTX 970. It does the job. It's pretty good, not bad. Old school, but it's all good. It's just for now. Okay, and underneath it, there is a Ethernet card that I decided to purchase, and that Ethernet card is an Intel PCI Express Ethernet card. I'm not using the onboard the onboard Ethernet because it sucks. It's a Realtek. It sucks. Intel is far superior to anything else out there on the market, so decided to get an Intel PCI Express Ethernet card. Okay, and so that is the Ethernet card, and the power supply is a Corsair HX 750 watt power supply. So that is the power supply there. All right, and so the BIOS, the motherboard, I don't know if I mentioned it, the motherboard is a Tomahawk B450 motherboard. Okay, Now, the BIOS that is running on this system is BIOS A1. Okay, and ever since that I had updated the BIOS, I have not had any issues as far as boot up is concerned, stability, or anything like that. Everything has been running really smooth. I haven't had not one issue with boot up since I updated the BIOS to A1. I'm gonna boot it up now. I'm gonna show you what I mean. And turn this on. There you go. See everything spinning, everything going. Okay. Computer's gonna boot up. I got a little mess there, but cool. It's all good. Yeah, so that's the boot up there. See, no issues booting up. It boots up every single time. My cat is doing something. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Got my Avengers Endgame screen up there. You know what I mean? So that is the system. Again, this is my my latest build, my Ryzen 3600X computer build, and I'm very pleased with it. I noticed that people are still having issues with the boot up. The only thing that I can really think of that might be causing it is that you guys are not clearing the CMOS correctly, or not even at all, maybe. What I do is every time I update the BIOS, before and after a BIOS update, I clear the CMOS. And so that kind of eliminates any remnants of an old BIOS or settings. When you clear the CMOS, it's always a good idea to do that. And I think that's the problem that most people are having when booting up their systems, is that they're not clearing the CMOS, or they think they're clearing the CMOS and then they're just not doing it correctly. What I do is I use the screwdriver method to clear the CMOS. So there's, I don't know if I can catch it on the camera. Let me put on my light here. Yeah, okay. There's CMOS. Oh yeah, right there. Okay, so right there next to the battery, there's CMOS jumpers. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there's CMOS jumpers. And so what you do is you put a screwdriver right on there, the tip of the screwdriver, leave it on there for about 5 seconds, and then you take it out, and that will short circuit the CMOS, thus clearing it out. And you can boot up the machine, and the machine will have a cleared CMOS. And the screen that you will get is, well, this is plain, but make believe there's nothing on here. So up here you would get a message saying new CPU detected, blah blah blah, press F, I think it's F11 or something like that, to go into BIOS. That's how you know you've cleared the CMOS correctly. If it just goes automatically into the BIOS, the CMOS was not cleared, wasn't cleared correctly. And I think that's what's going on. You guys are not clearing the CMOS correctly, and therefore there's still kind of remnants of the old BIOS in the system or settings, and it's not booting up correctly. So try that and see how that works out for you. It's been working out for me perfect. It could also be a memory issue. Maybe the memory is not compatible. You might want to try a different brand memory or something like that. So, but definitely try the CMOS thing. All right. So anyway, this is my latest build, my AMD Ryzen 3600X. The specs. Went over the specs with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like the video, like and subscribe. If you want to help out me in the channel, you can click on the link to my PayPal donation page, and you know, hit me up with a donation. It'll be greatly appreciated, and will be 100% used on the channel. It'll help me out greatly. Yeah. So until the next video, guys, peace and love. Peace.